Let me ask you something important. What if I told you cancer doesn't just happen overnight? It's not a sudden attack from the outside. It's something that builds quietly over years, sometimes decades, through tiny changes inside your body. A slow, invisible process until one day the damage is too much to ignore. Now here's the truth. Cancer is one of the most feared diseases in the world, and yet most people still believe they are powerless to prevent it. They wait, they hope, they rely on luck or yearly checkups. But the reality is science has shown us that there are powerful, natural ways to protect ourselves. Not through magic pills, not through fear, but through understanding how the body really works and supporting it before things go wrong. In this video, we're going to show you the one absolute best way to prevent cancer, and it has nothing to do with drugs or surgery. You'll learn how cancer starts, what triggers it, and most importantly, how your lifestyle, your food, your habits, even your sleep, can either feed it or fight it. This message is especially important if you're over 60, because as we age, the body becomes more vulnerable, but also more responsive to the right kind of care. The small choices you make every day can help protect your cells, boost your immune system, and keep dangerous mutations from ever taking hold. So if you're ready to take back control, not with fear, but with confidence, then stay with us. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand what cancer really is and exactly how to fight it naturally, powerfully, and wisely. This may be one of the most important health messages you ever hear. Most people think of cancer as a genetic disease, something hidden in your DNA, something you can't control. But that's only part of the picture. In reality, many types of cancer begin with a very different problem, one that millions of people walk around with every single day and don't even know it. It's called insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone your body makes to help move sugar from your blood into your cells, where it can be used for energy. But when your body becomes resistant to insulin, that sugar no longer moves efficiently. So your pancreas keeps pumping out more and more insulin, trying to force the sugar in. Over time, insulin levels stay high, blood sugar stays high, and inflammation begins to rise. Now here's the scary part. High insulin and chronic inflammation create the perfect environment for cancer to grow. Why? Because cancer cells feed on sugar. They thrive in a high insulin, high sugar, inflamed environment. And insulin, which is supposed to help your body, now becomes a fertilizer for cancer. Studies show that people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes have a much higher risk of developing cancers like breast, colon, pancreatic, and liver cancer. But most of them never connect the dots. They don't realize that the way they eat, the way they live, may be quietly setting the stage for disease. The good news is, insulin resistance can be reversed, and when you lower your insulin levels, you cut off one of cancer's main fuel sources. You reduce inflammation, you strengthen your cells, you take away the environment that cancer needs to thrive. In the next section, we'll show you exactly how to do that, through food, movement, and timing, starting with one powerful practice that activates your body's natural cleanup system. If there's one thing your body was designed to do, it's to heal. You don't have to think about it. Your cells are constantly repairing, replacing, rebuilding. But here's the secret. That healing only happens when your body is not busy digesting food all the time. And that's where intermittent fasting comes in. Intermittent fasting isn't about starving yourself. It's about giving your body the break it needs to clean house. When you stop eating for a period of time, say 16 hours, your insulin levels drop, your digestive system quiets down, and something amazing begins to happen inside your cells. It's called autophagy. Autophagy is a natural process where your body breaks down old, damaged, or malfunctioning cells and recycles the parts. Think of it as a deep clean for your body. It removes the trash so new, healthy cells can thrive. Now here's the powerful part. Autophagy helps prevent cancer. When your body removes damaged cells before they mutate, you lower the risk of tumors forming, and fasting helps trigger this process, naturally and without side effects. Research shows that intermittent fasting can lower blood sugar and insulin levels, reduce inflammation, increase immune function, and even slow down the aging of your cells. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive treatments. Just a simple shift in your eating window, like eating between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and fasting the rest, can help your body activate these deep healing processes. It's not always easy at first, but for many people, especially over 60, it becomes a gentle rhythm, one that brings more energy, better digestion, and real protection against disease. Next, we'll look at what you actually eat during those eating windows. Because while timing matters, the fuel you put in your body is just as important. Food is not just calories, it's information. Every bite you take sends a message to your body, to heal, to protect, or to inflame and damage. And when it comes to cancer, the food you eat every day either builds your defenses or feeds the enemy. Let's start with what to eat more of. Some of the most powerful cancer-fighting compounds are found in foods you can find at any grocery store. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage contain sulforaphane, a compound shown to block the growth of cancer cells and help your body detox harmful substances. Garlic and onions are loaded with allicin and sulfur compounds that support your liver and fight oxidative stress. Berries are rich in antioxidants that protect your DNA from damage. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a red pigment that lowers the risk of prostate and lung cancer. And fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines provide omega-3s, which reduce chronic inflammation and support immune balance. Now let's talk about what to avoid. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli slices have been classified as carcinogens by the World Health Organization. They contain nitrates, nitrites, and other chemical preservatives that damage cells over time. Highly refined sugars, especially in sodas, candy, and baked goods, spike your insulin and feed cancer cells directly. And don't forget about trans fats, often found in packaged snacks and fried foods. They inflame the body and disrupt cell function at the most basic level. It's not about being perfect, it's about shifting the balance. Every day that you choose real food, whole vegetables, healthy fats, clean proteins, you're creating an environment where cancer has a much harder time surviving. You're not just feeding your body, you're sending a message to your cells, telling them to fight, to repair, and to thrive. Up next, we'll explore the other half of that message, movement. Because even the best diet needs to be paired with action, and movement is medicine. If your body is a battlefield, then food is either your weapon or your weakness. And when it comes to preventing cancer, what you eat every day plays a much bigger role than most people realize. The good news? Some of the most powerful cancer-fighting compounds are found in the most humble foods, things you might already have in your kitchen right now. Let's begin with the Green Warrior's cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, kale, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts contain a natural compound called sulforaphane. It helps your body detox harmful chemicals, and it directly interferes with the growth of cancer cells. Studies show it can slow tumor development and even boost the activity of your body's own cancer-fighting enzymes. Next up, garlic and onions. These strong-smelling bulbs are packed with organosulfur compounds, which support your liver, reduce inflammation, and may even trigger cancer cells to self-destruct through a process called apoptosis. And one study found that people who regularly ate garlic had a significantly lower risk of stomach and colon cancers. Then there's the bright, colorful defenders, berries, carrots, tomatoes, and beets. These foods are loaded with antioxidants, molecules that protect your DNA from damage. Blueberries, for example, are rich in anthocyanins. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a compound especially protective against prostate and lung cancers. Carrots are full of beta-carotene, which helps regulate cell growth and boosts immune function. Fatty fish, like wild salmon, mackerel, and sardines, deliver omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce chronic inflammation, support immune regulation, and may help stop cancer cells from spreading. Meanwhile, nuts and seeds like walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds provide fiber, minerals, and plant-based compounds that nourish your cells from within. And don't forget herbs and spices. Turmeric, with its active ingredient curcumin, is one of the most studied natural anti-cancer agents in the world. A pinch of turmeric a day, along with black pepper to boost absorption, may quietly reduce the inflammation that fuels disease. These foods don't work like medicine. They work better because they support your whole body at once. They don't just attack cancer. They create a strong, resilient environment where cancer finds it hard to take hold in the first place. In the next section, we'll look at the other side of the coin, the foods that quietly fuel cancer's growth. And you might be surprised at how common they are. While some foods protect you, others quietly increase your risk, day after day, bite after bite, and the most dangerous part? Most people eat them without thinking twice. And let's begin with sugar. Cancer cells have a sweet tooth, and that's not just a metaphor. Unlike healthy cells, cancer cells consume glucose at a much higher rate. This is known as the Warburg effect. The more sugar you eat, the more insulin your body produces, and the more insulin you produce, the easier it becomes for cancer cells to grow and spread. Now, sugar doesn't just mean candy, it's hidden in sauces, cereals, salad dressings, and so-called healthy snacks. High fructose corn syrup found in sodas and packaged foods may be one of the worst offenders, linked to increased risk of liver, colon, and pancreatic cancers. Next, processed meats. Bacon, sausage, ham, hot dogs. These are more than just salty treats. They contain nitrates and nitrites, which can turn into cancer-causing compounds inside your body. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same level of risk as tobacco and asbestos, based on strong evidence linking them to colorectal cancer. Then there are refined carbs, white bread, white rice, chips, pastries. These spike your blood sugar rapidly, leading to insulin surges that fuel inflammation and create an ideal environment for tumor development. Over time, a diet high in refined carbs doesn't just raise your risk of cancer, it also contributes to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Let's not forget trans fats, often found in fried foods, baked goods, and margarine. They promote systemic inflammation, damage your blood vessels, and interfere with how your cells communicate and repair themselves. Even some cooking methods can create cancer-promoting compounds. When meat is cooked at high temperatures, grilled, charred, or fried, it forms heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs, both linked to DNA damage and cancer development. But here's the key, it's not about fear, it's about awareness. Knowing what fuels the fire gives you the power to stop feeding it. In the next chapter, we'll explore specific nutrients and supplements that have shown promise in fighting cancer, from turmeric to green tea to vitamin D, and how they support your body in staying strong and resilient. While whole foods are the foundation of health, certain nutrients, when used wisely, can offer additional support in preventing cancer. These aren't magic pills, but when your body is under stress or your diet is limited, strategic supplements can help fill in the gaps and boost your resilience. Let's start with one of the most well-studied compounds, curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric. Curcumin has powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It's been shown to inhibit tumor growth, reduce angiogenesis, the development of new blood vessels that feed tumors, and even promote the death of cancer cells through apoptosis. It works especially well when paired with black pepper, which increases absorption by up to 2,000%. Another powerhouse is green tea extract, particularly a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG helps block DNA damage from free radicals, supports detoxification, and can inhibit cancer cell proliferation. Drinking several cups of green tea a day or using a concentrated supplement has been linked with lower risks of breast, prostate, and colon cancers. Next, vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. Many people over 60 are deficient in vitamin D, especially those who live in northern climates or spend little time outdoors. Yet low levels of vitamin D are associated with increased cancer risk, particularly breast and colon cancer. Vitamin D helps regulate cell growth, supports immune response, and reduces chronic inflammation. Ask your doctor to check your levels and consider supplementing if you're below optimal range. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish oil also deserve a place in your routine. These essential fats reduce inflammation throughout the body, support cellular integrity, and may help slow the spread of certain cancers. If you don't eat fatty fish regularly, a purified fish oil supplement can be a smart addition. Let's not forget magnesium, which plays a role in over 300 enzymatic processes, including DNA repair. Low magnesium levels have been linked with increased oxidative stress and greater cancer risk. Leafy greens, nuts, and seeds are great sources, but many older adults may still benefit from low-dose supplementation. Selenium, zinc, and vitamin C also play protective roles by supporting immune function and antioxidant defense systems. However, it's important not to overdo it. More is not always better. Always choose high-quality supplements, and when in doubt, consult your healthcare provider before starting a new regimen, especially if you're on medication. Remember, supplements should never replace real food, but they can reinforce the protection you build through your lifestyle. Like bricks in a wall, they help seal the cracks and strengthen your body's natural ability to defend, repair, and renew. In the next section, we'll return to the power of movement, not just for fitness, but as a biological force that reshapes your metabolism, your immune system, and your chances of staying cancer-free for life. Movement is more than fitness. It's not just about looking better, losing weight, or checking off a daily habit. Movement is information, just like food. It sends signals deep into your cells telling them how to behave, how to repair, and even whether to survive or die. When you move your body, you wake up your metabolism. You increase blood flow, improve oxygen delivery, and stimulate the release of growth factors that encourage healthy tissue repair. But even more importantly, you activate immune surveillance, the natural ability of your immune system to scan your body for cancer cells and eliminate them before they take hold. Studies have consistently shown that regular physical activity reduces the risk of many cancers, including colon, breast, uterine, kidney, and bladder cancer. And for those who've already had cancer, exercise can reduce the risk of recurrence and improve survival rates. But how much exercise is enough? You don't need to train like an athlete. The goal is consistency, not intensity. For older adults, just 30 minutes of brisk walking a day can lower insulin levels, reduce inflammation, and improve immune response. Walking after meals helps control blood sugar, and better blood sugar control means fewer signals that promote cancer cell growth. Gentle practices like Tai Chi, Qigong, or yoga also help regulate stress hormones like cortisol while improving balance, flexibility, and circulation. Resistance training, using light weights or body weight, supports muscle mass, which declines with age and affects your overall metabolic health. Strong muscles aren't just for strength. They act as glucose sinks, helping stabilize insulin and reduce the fuel that cancer thrives on. And don't forget the emotional benefits. Movement elevates mood, combats depression, and improves sleep, all of which directly impact cancer risk. In fact, people who are physically active report a stronger sense of purpose, better quality of life, and greater motivation to make other healthy choices. So no matter your age, your ability, or your history, it's never too late to move. Start where you are. Stretch, walk, dance, lift. Just begin, because every step you take is not just a move forward, it's a message to your body. I'm still here. I'm still strong. I still care. Next, we'll shift our focus to a topic that's often ignored, the role of emotional connection, loneliness, and how your relationships can either support healing or quietly harm your health. When we talk about preventing cancer, we usually focus on physical things, food, sleep, movement, but there's another layer that often gets ignored, and it lives in your heart, not your muscles. Human connection. You see, the immune system doesn't just respond to bacteria, viruses, or rogue cells. It responds to your thoughts, your feelings, and the presence or absence of meaningful relationships. And when emotional needs are unmet, your body can suffer in ways science is only beginning to understand. Loneliness is more than just sadness. It's a form of chronic stress. And chronic stress, as we've already discussed, weakens the immune system, disrupts hormone balance, raises inflammation, and makes it harder for your body to detect and destroy cancerous cells in their earliest stages. Older adults are especially vulnerable. After retirement, after children move out, after losing a partner or friends, many people find themselves isolated, sometimes without realizing how much it's affecting their health. Studies show that social isolation is linked with a 30% higher risk of early death, a risk level similar to smoking or obesity. But here's the hopeful part. Connection heals. Even simple, consistent human interaction helps regulate cortisol, support sleep, and boost immune cell activity. Talking to a friend, volunteering, attending a class or community event, even smiling at someone at the grocery store sends signals to your nervous system that you are safe, seen, and supported. An emotional connection doesn't have to come only from people. Pets, nature, music, spiritual practices, they all play a role in helping you feel grounded, purposeful, and alive. If you live alone, consider joining a walking group, a gardening club, or a senior center. If you're online, find a virtual book group or a health forum. If you're shy, start small, a phone call, a wave, a shared story. Because healing happens in community, not just in isolation. And the more love you give and receive, the more strength your body gathers to protect itself. Next, we'll take one final look at everything you've learned and walk you through how to bring it all together into a simple, powerful lifestyle that helps keep cancer out of your future. Let's pause and take a breath. You've come a long way. You've learned that cancer isn't just a sudden accident. It's the result of years of imbalance, too much insulin, too much inflammation, too little rest, too many toxins, and sometimes too little love. But you've also seen the other side, the hope, the possibility, the power you have right now. You now understand that what you eat matters, that broccoli, berries, and turmeric aren't just healthy, they're protective. You've discovered the power of fasting, how a simple break from eating can activate your body's deep repair systems. You've seen how movement, even gentle, rewrites your biology in ways that help your immune system hunt and destroy abnormal cells. You've learned how supplements like curcumin, omega-3s, and vitamin D can fill in gaps and strengthen your internal defenses. You've realized that sleep is not a luxury, it's medicine. That stress is not just mental, it's chemical. That toxins aren't always obvious, but they can be reduced. And you've discovered something many people miss entirely, that loneliness can be as dangerous as sugar, and connection just as healing as any food. But most importantly, you've learned that your health is not out of your hands. Every day, with every bite, every breath, every bedtime, every conversation, you send signals to your body, signals that say, I care, I'm paying attention, I'm healing. This isn't about perfection. You don't have to get everything right. You just have to begin with one habit, one walk, one better choice. Because cancer prevention isn't one moment. It's 1,000 moments. Quiet ones, gentle ones, repeated over time. So if this video helped you, please share it with someone you love. You never know how one message can change someone's life. And if you want more science-backed, heart-centered guidance designed especially for people over 60, subscribe to this channel. We're here for you every week with truth, with hope, with tools you can actually use. Your body is listening, your future is listening, and today you've taken the first step toward protecting both.